All right, welcome to Tech Thursday. Today we are going to cover Scott Leroy Marketing, the templates and services that are available for free to you guys. I was just saying actually before we got started that this is a really timely time for us to be doing this class, I think, because Sierra and I, with the help of some other agent services people, we have been teaching Tech Thursday classes for over a year now. Every Thursday at 10 a.m. we've got this Tech Thursday library that if you're not subscribed to this yet, I recommend subscribing to it so you can get the recordings whenever we post new stuff. But also if you're just in general looking for an answer to a question, I very often, when I've got agents in my office that are asking me, how do I send a referral to another agent? I'll send them the link to this video. So it's something where, you could kind of, I'm not necessarily checking my email on a Saturday or at like 11 o'clock at night. You can get answers to your questions a lot faster if you know where to look. And this is a great place to look for those types of training. So we're actually going to be taking the month of August off of Tech Thursday. So there will be no Tech Thursday classes in August. We will resume with these again in September. But I wanted to make sure that everyone knew where they could find all of these classes that are already recorded. And then plus we're going to show you how Scott Leroy Marketing can really help you with a lot of these things as well. So in these Tech Thursday classes, we teach you how to add things to your Keller Williams website, or how to create a landing page for an open house sign-in sheet, or how to create a open house flyer in Designs. Like all of these things we teach you how to do on Tech Thursday, but Scott Leroy will also do them for you. I think the only drawback to using Scott Leroy is that it takes 1 to 2 business days for a turnaround for that. So it's great if you know how to do that yourself. We want to empower you guys to be able to use this technology and get the things that you need immediately as soon as you're able to. As soon as you need the flyer, you can create the flyer. As soon as you need any of this stuff, you can make it yourself. But I do think it's important if you don't know how to do it, or if you're just like, I'm not a techie person, I don't have the bandwidth to try to teach myself how to do these things, then this is where Scott Leroy Marketing is really going to come into play for you. Again, you're just going to have to know that typically the turnaround time is 1 business day, but it can take up to 2 business days sometimes. So, if you need that flyer for your open house this weekend, you can ask them to make you one a few days in advance. So just keep that in mind. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started on the Scott Leroy Marketing website. It should look like this. This is basically all of their digital marketing services, but we're going to do some Keller Williams specific services. So we need to log in first. So we're going to go click login. And then when you get to this page, you're going to put your market center number. Now, if you don't know what your market center number is, you can look at your MCA or ASC's email signature, and it's probably included in there. I know our office is 1081, so that's what I'm going to put in, but try to put in your specific office's information, because every office is going to have a different market center number, and there may be some subtle changes with things that are more marketing specifically to your office. So put your office market center number in, and then we're going to log in. And then don't be alarmed if something like this pops up. It's not a very secure password, obviously. It's only 4 numbers for us. You guys might have less numbers or more numbers, but that's okay. This isn't a secure site. It's fine. This is just where we're going to get all the information and resources. So the first thing this does when you log in is it's going to spit you out on this SLM KW resources page. So the things you're going to use the most, which actually are the things that I'm going to talk to you guys about today, are questionnaires, support, templates, and training. Maybe not in that order, but those are the biggest things that they're going to provide to you guys as Keller Williams agents. So the first thing for questionnaires, I can click this questionnaires button here. But if I've already started exploring and I'm on a different page and now I'm trying to find the questionnaires, I can also click this one right here. And I can go directly to any of these questionnaires, but I can also just click this page. And then it's going to help me find the right questionnaire. So another thing to note about Scott Leroy Marketing is that your offices all pay Scott Leroy Marketing to provide this kind of concierge service for you guys. So it's free for you to use, but we do as an office, we pay for their services. So utilize them, like they're being paid for your benefit, and they're free for you to use. So one of the things that Scott Leroy, Keller Williams agents or offices that are partnered with Scott Leroy, we have Scott Leroy send over this setup questionnaire right when you first onboard and join our office. So for some reason, you're not seeing that questionnaire. Maybe you saw it, but you deleted the email and you realized you never finished it and now you can't find it. Here's one place where you can go to do that setup questionnaire. So this is that questionnaire that you're going to do when you first join Keller Williams. There's a video here that kind of explains the setup process. And if you have any questions about filling out this questionnaire, those questions are probably going to be answered in this video. And then you'll just fill all of this out as completely as possible. So hopefully if you guys are on this call, you've already done this, which is great. This should be one of your very first steps to do when you join Keller Williams. But there are other questionnaires as well that I think are really useful. So we're going to go to the questionnaires and then command. So one of the things we talk about in almost every single Tech Thursday class is our, let me see, I can't get my, there we go. Gotta get a new tab. So one of the things we talk about in all of our Tech Thursday classes pretty much is working on our marketing profile. So when we log in and then go to settings, we'll click your name and then settings. Connect settings and then marketing profile. So this is really a really important step. This is where you're going to put your headshot, your team logo. If you're on a team, I'm using the Ben Kinney logo here. All your details, information, your bio, all of this stuff. But if you don't want to go in and fill this out yourself to full completion, you can actually have Scott Leroy do that for you. And this is where you would go for that. You would just basically put all your information on the Scott Leroy site, and then they would go in on the back end and make sure all of this stuff is updated in command. This includes your headshot, your team logo, your Market Center logo, things like that. Now you should have a headshot and a team logo if you're on a team. If you're looking for our Market Center logo, there is this button right here you can click, which takes you to a video where it'll explain to you where to find that. But I'll just show you. If you go to
eating high quality
KW Connect, and then resources and marketing, KW logos and branding. And now we already covered that you're going to use your Market Center number to log in to Scott Leroy's website. So if you already know that Market Center number, you can actually just put that right here. And it's going to pull up all of the versions of your Market Center's logo. So we're talking, transparent background and red logo with white letters, red logo with gray letters, all white and gray, black and gray, all kinds of different versions that are going to be really great for different marketing materials. So it's definitely a good idea if you don't already have these logos downloaded on your computer to go ahead and download them and save them because you'll need them for lots of different stuff. And this is just at KW Connect, by the way. And the login for KW Connect, if mine was already logged in, but if you're not logged in, this login is the same as it is for all your KW technology suite. So it's the same thing you would use to get into Command. And we'll talk more about that login and password stuff in a minute too. All right.
Sorry, I'm trying to follow along. Where did you find the logos part? What tab is it under?
Yeah, it's and KW Connect, and then you'll go to resources and then marketing. And then once you're in marketing, the very first button, logos and branding. And then you actually need to scroll down a little bit past this identity style guide, but then right here is where you'll find it. You got it?
Yep, got it. Thank you.
Cool, yeah. All right, so now we've got you all set up with Keller Williams, all set up with Command. What else can we do in here? Here we've got like transfer agent. If you're transferring from a different Keller Williams office, you can have Scott Leroy update all your logos and office addresses and things like that. Also, returning, let's say you were with Keller Williams and then you left, went to another brokerage, but you missed us so much, you were ready to come back. This is where we can make sure to kind of basically reactivate all your old Keller Williams stuff. So the next thing I want to talk about is training. So Scott Leroy Marketing provides training just like I'm doing today, but they provide training Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So the way you can find that training calendar is to go under KW Resources and Training Calendar. For my office, I post their classes. I share them in our What's Happening email that I send out every Monday. And I also post them on our Facebook page too, with the link to these classes. If you're looking for that link, you can also click here and it'll take you to a Zoom login, which we're not going to do because we're already on Zoom. And another place you can find that link as well is if you go to resources and then live webinars. That will actually take you to that link too. Just keep in mind, if you're not clicking this link right at between 10 and 11, or, you know, because the classes go from 10 to 11, so maybe a few minutes before, it's not going to work. There's not going to be any classes showing. They're not streaming constantly here. It's just during that time that you will see on our training calendar. So if you want to know where I'm finding all of this information about when Scott Leroy Marketing does their classes, this is where I find it. Keep in mind, you know, they teach classes to offices all over the US. And so they have all sorts of different time zones. And so I clicked the Pacific time zone, which is the time zone our office is in. If you are tuning in to this call from the East Coast or from Hawaii, that would be very surprising to me, but you can still find the time zones for those classes too. And here we can see basically, you know, what they're offering every day throughout the month. Now, if you can't attend these classes live, just like Tech Thursday classes, where we have this fabulous library of recorded classes you can refer back to, Scott Leroy Marketing does something very similar. So if you go to where it says all classes are recorded, go to slmtraining.com. It'll take you to this page where you can kind of search pretty easily for whatever you're looking for, whether that's some advanced training or just some training on referrals, database management, etc. But my favorite way to search for classes is going to be going to their YouTube channel. Once you get to their YouTube channel, and of course you can get here not through their site also. You could obviously just go to YouTube and then search for Scott Leroy Marketing. That's usually how I get to their page. But once you get to their YouTube page, I'm actually going to click videos. And the reason for that is if I'm just at the home page, it's going to show these videos in an order that I don't think is necessarily the best. I mean, we do have actually a lot of recent videos up here, but I like to see what's the newest video that they've put out so far. So I click videos, and then the way it's automatically set up for my computer is to sort by date added newest. That's probably the default for your computer as well, but if it's not for some reason and you're seeing videos that are 5-6 years old, you can certainly go to that filter section over here on the right and filter it so you can see the newest ones first. Look, this one was added only an hour ago. So here is where I would start by looking at, whatever I'm looking for. So what's new in command, marketing with KW, command overview, things like that. You can pretty much find anything you're looking for. I personally might be a bit biased, but I would say start with the Tech Thursday library. And if you can't find what you're looking for in the Tech Thursday library, then come over here to the Scott Leroy page. You can actually search on here. So I know for Tech Thursdays, we haven't talked a lot about command for teams. And if you're looking at switching your team over to using command on a team platform, then maybe you should type in this little search bar right here. This search bar will search all of YouTube, but this search bar down here will only search the Scott Leroy marketing videos. So if I type teams, it is going to show up. Oh, look, there's a whole playlist for teams and then other videos for teams set up as well. Maybe instead of teams, I'm going to look for email signature. We are going to talk more about that later. But I've got using Scott Leroy marketing templates, how to create an email signature in command, why an email signature is important. All kinds of stuff about that. And then, whatever else you're looking for. So maybe you're kind of confused about how to use opportunities. We do have a great class on our Tech Thursday channel called Prep to Get Paid. But if you want to learn a little bit more about opportunities, you can check out some of these opportunities classes too. And for those of you who are super new to KW, opportunities is the part of command where you submit your DOL required paperwork for compliance. So it's very, very important. All right, so let's go back to scottleroymarketing.com. Oh yeah, and then I'll also say too, one more thing with the Scott Leroy on YouTube. It is also a great idea to click this red subscribe button here and make sure you are staying in the know whenever they post new videos. I am subscribed to them, although I think I'm under a different account that I normally am under. Let's see. Most of their classes are an hour long, but they also do kind of like quick tips too. So you'll see, this is 11 minutes, this one's 11 minutes, and this one's an hour, 12 minutes, an hour, 19 minutes. So you'll see some of these are just going to be short little tips, but for the most part, if it's going to be like a 10 a.m. class that they've recorded and then uploaded to YouTube, they're about an hour. All right, so back to Scott Leroy Marketing. And then if you do want to do any of these classes live, another thing to note is that you don't need to register for the class in advance. You could simply just click this link or the link that's in your What's Happening email that you get from me or on the Facebook page or whatever the case may be. All you have to do is click the link and join the class live. There's no registration in advance. And another great thing for training is our Scott Leroy Marketing Challenges. Now, challenges is kind of an interesting word for this. I don't know if I'm pretty competitive, so I don't know if I would call it a challenge because you're not really competing against anyone, and that's kind of what a challenge is to me. But they're challenging you to complete these steps in 30 days, I suppose. So maybe you're in a competition against your lazier, more procrastinating self, in which case I hope you win. But we've got some 30-day challenges right here. So SLM getting started would be for the brand new agent. Now, I do share a checklist in my new broker orientation class that includes a lot of these items, but but not all of these items. And these are really actually important things to do. So some examples of stuff on here would be have a professional headshot taken. I mean, professional headshots can be rather expensive, so it's a great idea if you don't have a professional headshot and you don't really want to spend a lot of money on getting one. I know at offices a lot of times we'll have a photographer come and just do like quick 15-minute increments with their agents, so you can get a lot cheaper headshots for that price. I think we're going to be doing that in our office coming up here in the next couple months. But you'd be amazed at how good you can make a headshot, a non-professional headshot, look just having someone with a nice camera phone, whoever your friend is with the newest iPhone or Android, go outside. The lighting is almost always better outside, and just take a picture outside with a professional outfit and look on your face. And it's pretty easy to make that work as your headshot. I would recommend against selfies. They don't look the same professional wise, but selfies are better than nothing. So, all right. So also creating your professional bio. And there are ways where once you've gotten that bio updated, I'll show you guys in a bit where you can submit that bio to Scott Leroy and they will push it out onto all of your Keller Williams platforms and websites and things like that. So once you've got that done, give it to Scott Leroy. They'll take care of it for you. At the very least, if you don't want to navigate the Scott Leroy Marketing website, if you email them at support@scottleroymarketing.com, you can just email them your bio and say, hey, this is my bio. Can you please update this on my website for me? And they'll do it. I'm sure they would prefer you to go through the actual questionnaires and stuff and give them their information that way, but they're extremely helpful when you reach out to them via email. Now, all of these things are clickable, which is great, either to a video explaining you how to do something or to, the website that they're referring to. But you can also click here for a printable version. Now, of course, with this printable version, if you print this and start checking things off the list, which I think is a great idea, either highlight or Sharpie cross out these things as you accomplish them. But of course, if you print them, you're not going to be able to click these things. So something to keep in mind. These are pretty short URLs, so you can always type them into your computer, or you can pull up the virtual version of this and click them as you're crossing things out on your printed version. And then we also have our, let's go backwards. We also have our Command 30-day challenge. So maybe you're not so new to real estate, but you haven't really been utilizing Command and you're ready to dive on in and start utilizing it to a higher level. They are going to give you this 30-day challenge to get your Command, to basically master Command in 30 days. And if you follow all of these steps, you will be a Command expert and probably teach me a thing or two. And then of course they have a printable version as well. And just because it says 30-day challenge, most of these things you can accomplish in just a few minutes. But if you wanted to stretch this out, maybe say, I'm going to take the 30-day challenge, I'm going to make it a 60-day challenge. And I'm going to do one of these steps every other day. It's your business. All right, and then so the next thing I want to share with you guys under these KW resources is the support tab. I think this is my favorite part of Scott Leroy Marketing services, so I'm excited to share this with you guys. As you can see here, it is saying all of these things are free of charge. We've got our Command services. So just like I was sharing with you guys earlier, if you want to get that marketing profile set up, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but your marketing profile being set up to completion will basically make it so that whenever you're creating marketing pieces or sending out emails or whatever, your contact information, your picture, your bio, your stuff on your website, all of that stuff will be kind of pre-filled out for you. So it just makes everything you do in Command so much easier when your marketing profile is set up. If your marketing profile isn't set up, then every time you do one of those things, you're going to be manually entering all that information every single time you do it. So it's nice to have that already in your marketing profile, so it will auto-populate for you in those fields. So here's again where you can go get that Command profile set up. If you want to get MailChimp set up or get them to set up a smart plan for you, my favorite thing that they will do is import your database in Command. I teach an hour-long class on managing your database and importing your database. I get a lot of questions from people about importing their database. All you have to do for this import your database is literally email them a CSV or Excel, Google Sheets, whatever you've got. Email them a spreadsheet of your contacts. It doesn't even have to be in the template of that Command is asking for. Like, they will change it and kind of format it for that template for you. You just send them what you have and they will upload all those contacts in your database for you. So if you've got, you know, a bunch of numbers and addresses in your phone that you've never gotten around to actually uploading into Command, download those and send them to Scott Leroy Marketing and they will upload it for you, which is really, really awesome. They'll also set up your Twilio, which is your texting in Command. So if you want to be able to set up smart plans where instead of it telling you, you know, here's the text you need to send to this person today, but it'll actually automatically send a text on your behalf, you have to have Twilio set up. I believe Twilio is 1 cent per message. So it's not free, which most of you guys probably have unlimited texting on your phones, but 1 cent per message is as close to free, I think, as you can get. So they'll also fill out your KW Connect profile. So unlike your marketing profile, which is where it's going to feed your information to potential clients and your website and public facing spaces, your KW Connect profile, so if I'm going to go back to KW Connect, click my name and click my profile, this is what Keller Williams agents will see about you. So this is actually a really good profile to work on as well. This is one of those things where I say, do as I say, not as I do, because my profile is not set up very well. I do have my current headshot, which is great, but I don't have like a bio or really any other information here. But the reason why it's important to do this is because if Keller Williams agents are looking for a referral partner in Seattle and they pull up your profile, this is the profile that they will see. So this is, again, an agent facing profile. So feel free to use a little bit of the language of the business. You know, say if you're a capper or you did bold twice, or, you know, whatever those things are that clients might not understand, but other Keller Williams agents would understand. This is where you can brag about those things and where you can talk about them. So they can have that set up for you right here. Exporting your contacts. So we talked about importing contacts. What about if you need to get your contacts out of Command to do something else with them? Maybe you want to switch CRMs and you're going to use Brivity instead, something like that. They will export all your contacts for you. And of course, you can do any of this stuff yourself using Command, but like I said, Scott Leroy Marketing will do it for you for free. It might take 1 or 2 business days, whereas if you did it yourself, you could do it immediately, but it is an option. You need to find your Kelly login. They can help you with that. Updating or resetting your MyKW password. This is one I get emailed a lot about by agents, is needing help resetting their password. Updating logos, updating phone numbers. Really, if you have any kind of life change, whether that be you know, changing your office location, maybe your office moved to a new location like the West Seattle, downtown Seattle office did kind of recently, or a couple years ago, I don't know. Or you got married and you changed your name and you want to change your name on things, or your Keller Williams email on things, things like that. This is where you could go in and a one-stop shop, send this information to Scott Leroy and they can update it on all fronts. With your KW email set up, you should already be set up with your KW email, so you probably don't need to use this. However, with the example that I gave before about, you got married, you changed your name. I did that recently. I still have my old email address, but they set up a new email alias for me, where now if someone emails me at my old name at KW or at my new name at KW, it'll come into the same inbox. Same thing with KW email forwarding. So some people, they get their KW emails and they don't really want to use them. They have their own email that they've been using for a while. Maybe it's best real estate agent ever at gmail.com and they want to just stick with using that. That's totally fine. There's no requirement to use your Keller Williams email, but I do suggest you're still checking your Keller Williams email. You never know what kind of opportunities might come in through that mailbox, through that inbox. So here is where you could set up that email forwarding where your Keller Williams email will get forwarded to whatever your personal email is. So instead of having to check 2 different emails, they will forward that Keller Williams email for you, so you only have to check one inbox, which I think is great. Okay, website services. Now this is probably my favorite thing to take advantage of for Scott Leroy Marketing. And I also really love working on my website and tweaking my website. And I love working on websites. I think they're super fun and you can do a lot with the newish, they're kind of like 3 years old now, but you can do a lot with the KW sites now. I think when I joined KW about 4 years ago, our sites weren't very editable and they weren't very customizable, and pretty much everyone's site looked exactly the same unless they paid a third party to design them a different site. So now it's really cool that for no additional charge, we can make all of our sites look really unique and different, and add all kinds of pages and things like that to it. If you want to see an example of what that looks like, I'll put my my website in the chat. There we go. And actually, we can just go there real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I've got my Market Center logo, the Ben Kenny logo here. And then you see my name right here. So this is the part where the customizable stuff really comes into play. So if I click this down menu, all of these things are things that I can add to my site or that I have added to my site, including a real estate blog, school search, link to our Tech Thursday classes, a link to all my social medias, things like that. So a mortgage calculator. So you can do a lot with these sites. I think real estate blog is one of them that Scott Leroy Marketing will set up for you. I do not write these blog posts. Homekeeper writes these blog posts and I just have them posted on my page automatically. I don't even have to think about it, which is really great. And look, this one is from July 29th. That's today. Look at me, just writing articles in my sleep. All right, so some examples of those website services. They will do Homekeeper widgets, which is that blog post thing I was just showing you guys. They'll add a mortgage calculator to your blog. You can also have them create an open house sign-in sheet. Put the most current Keeping Current Matters video. If you guys don't know about Keeping Current Matters, it is a video that kind of just talks about real estate. They can add that to your site as well. You can also do domain forwarding. So if I wanted my website, instead of being karakrog.kw.com, if I wanted it to be bestagentever.com, I would have to buy that domain, that bestagentever.com domain, which I could do through Google or GoDaddy.com, something like that. I think typically it's like $10 a year, maybe. I think it really depends on the domain and how popular it is and where you buy it, but they're not too expensive. I could buy that domain, and then once I have the domain, so I'm not just making up something and saying, okay, Scott Leroy, forward my page, forward this domain to my page. I have to purchase the domain, but once I purchase it, I can either click this link or just email support at Scott Leroy Marketing and say, Hey, Scott Leroy Marketing, I just bought the domain bestagentever.com. Can you please forward that to my agent site? So now if someone goes to karakrog.kw.com or if they go to bestagentever.com, it will take them to my site. What's my home worth? This is cool. Actually, someone was just asking me about this the other day. A form that we add to your site that is not an automatic CMA system. The form will collect information and send it to you in order for you to create a manual CMA for your client. Okay, cool. I like it. I like it. I might have to give that one a try. All right, so that's basically the gist of it for the resources or for the services. Next, we're going to go to templates. So I did mention this earlier, Scott Leroy Marketing has email signatures. I would say that's probably their most popular template. We're going to go over how to use these templates, and I'm going to use an email signature as kind of the practice for that. Now, you can also do most, if not all, of these templates in Command, and Designs in Command has some great templates. I would almost say I think they look better than the Scott Leroy Marketing templates, but I think there are still some really good Scott Leroy Marketing templates. Not to mention, they can be really inspiring for you to tweak and kind of change however you want to change them, but get some ideas of some things that you could post, things you could share, things that you might want to utilize that you're finding from this list of templates right here. So we've got our templates. Now, some of these things are going to be for the market center. So you'll see things like first closing flyers, first transactions, anniversaries, things like that. That's probably for us. That's probably for your market center to use. But a lot of these are for, or like offboarding checklists, but a lot of these are for you guys too. So, for example, for sale flyers, we've got some holiday pieces announcing that you joined Keller Williams or that you're joining a team. Some KW app stuff, market updates, property flyers. And then I like these why sell now, why buy now. These are pretty good inspiring pieces if you're looking for stuff to share. Same thing with the why use a realtor. But we are going to practice, and lore, by the way, is language of real estate, just so you guys know, for the newbies out there. And then we are going to practice with our email signature. So I'm going to click email signature and kind of show you guys how we use these templates. Now we've got a few different options here. We've got modern email signature, normal email signature, vertical email signature, and widescreen. I feel like modern sounds pretty nice, so I'm going to click modern. And of course, you might want to click on all of them and explore them all, but for the sake of time, we're not going to deep dive into all your different options here. I'm just going to scroll through and find one that I think looks good. I like this one right here. So I'm going to click that. Now, I did mention this earlier, I think, but this will be an image essentially that you'll add to your email signature. It won't be clickable. There's no clickable buttons. You can purchase let's see here. There we go. You can purchase an email signature with clickable HTML. You can also, I have an HTML signature with clickable links. You're welcome to copy that. Hi, April. Where can I watch the recorded video of this? We post all of our Tech Thursday videos on our Tech Thursday channel. I can put the link for that in the chat. There you go. Now, might not be uploaded today, but it should be uploaded by next week. I think I'm actually a little bit behind on these. Where was I? Oh yeah, so clickable HTML stuff. You really only need just the image or something. You can even just type things out in your email signature. It's all kind of a matter of preference. We don't have any rules of anything that you specifically need to do for your email signature. It definitely adds a certain level of professionalism, I think, when you have a good email signature. But these with the clickable links are actually rather expensive. I know the one from Scott Leroy Marketing, I believe, is $150. They do look pretty fancy, as you can see, pretty swanky, but you can also go to Agent Store and do one from here as well. I just saw that menu and then it went away. Let's shop by brand, Keller Williams, and then you can choose your market center too. Again, I'm going to do mine, which is 1081. That one is important. You definitely want to make sure you're putting your market center number, not my market center number. So we got products and then custom email signatures. I believe these are only $99. So it's like $50 cheaper than the Scott Leroy Marketing ones. Another great option if you'd like to just have someone create one of these for you with clickable links. But if you're going to do just an image, then we'll keep kind of following along with me here. So this is the one that I selected. Again, it will just be a picture. So notice how this says view only. If you click request edit access, they're not going to give it to you because this is the template. If you edited it, that means it would change it for everyone else. So what you need to do is you need to make a copy. And you can do the entire presentation, but let's just do the selected slide that we're on. And we're going to call this new email signature. And now that's going to open it up in a new window. And this one I can edit. So I can close out of this old one. For this picture here, that's not me. That's Scott Leroy, the man himself. So I'm going to go to replace image. And wherever your image might be, I'm just going to upload something from my computer. I've got one on my desktop. We'll put that right here. Ta-da! Then we'll put my name here. And then maybe I'll put real estate broker. If you put realtor, make sure you are putting realtor in all caps. And it needs to have, I can't remember how to do it on a Mac, but it needs to have that R symbol at the end too. Now I know the shortcut to do that, to find that on my PC, but if I just click, is it rights reserved? I feel like that'll work. Registered trademark, that's what it is. So I can always circle this and then post that here. And the reason for that is because the Realtor Association, they own that word. Whoops, I did not copy that apparently. Try that again. Copy. Paste. There we go.
It's also just option R.
Ooh, I need that. Okay, option R. Yay! Thanks, Annie. I know how to do, like I said, I know how to do this on my PC, but I've not figured that out on my Mac yet. So thank you. I'm gonna make that a little smaller so it fits on one line. I'll put my phone number on here. And my email address. Now, the great thing about these templates, instead of me just kind of trying to create an email signature all on my own, is that Scott Leroy Marketing already knows what kind of stuff is required. You need to have your Keller Williams location, really your logo would be preferred, but that's fine. We can just do Keller Williams, North Seattle, and our address. And then each office is independently owned. Perfect. This looks great. So I have found what works best if we are going to take this email signature and add it to our email is instead of saving it as an image, which you can do from here, you could try both, but what I found actually works the best is if you save it as a PDF and then you convert that PDF to an image. Certainly try just saving it as an image first, maybe see if that works. But if you're unsure how to convert a PDF to an image, often if you've got like Adobe or something on your computer, that's an easy way to do it. But you can also just Google PDF to JPEG, and you'll find, I think this one is one I've used before. And you can choose what kind of quality you want, choose your PDF file. That's not right. Where is it? There it is. Open. And then convert. And it's free, which is great. I love free. Actually, that's one of the services that Scott Leroy Marketing provides too, is creating a QR code for any website that you want to make a QR code for. So for example, maybe you want to make a QR code for your website where someone can scan it and it'll take them to your website, or for your app where someone can scan it and it'll take them to the page where they can download your app. Scott Leroy will do that for you. Actually, it's under their services tab. I believe support tab, which is where you'll find their services. And then you'll see here QR code creation. But again, if you're gonna ask them to create this QR code for you, they will do it. And if you're like, I'm not really interested in learning how to make a QR code, I'm just gonna have them do it for me, this is a great option. But if you want to create a QR code on your own, you can always type free QR code generator. Personally, I really like using QR code monkey. It's pretty easy. And I love that they will make a QR code for you. It looks just like a plain QR code. There's no, this was created by QR code monkey. There's no like advertising on it. It's just a regular old QR code, and you can have this done in like 2 minutes. So if you want, you can have Scott Leroy do this for you, and it'll take up to 1 to 2 days, or you can make one yourself just by Googling, how to make a QR code. And this is basically where you'd put the URL, and then it would create your QR code. Just a little off topic, but I figured I would share that too. And I think that's actually all that I have for you guys today. Does anyone have any questions about Scott Leroy or anything else before we end the call?
Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much, Annie, for coming, and thanks for teaching me about that registered trademark symbol on my Mac. That's gonna be a game changer for me. That I probably could have just Googled a year ago, and I never did. So I'm really thankful that now I know. Cool. Well, thank you so much, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. And if you ever have any more tech questions, you have any questions over August while we're not doing Tech Thursday, you can always email me. My email is karakrog@kw.com, just like it says right here. And yeah, take care. Bye, guys.